Hey everyone, back again with Justin Marks. We're going to be playing a race to 3 9-ball on this L-shaped pool table. Justin calls tails because tails never fails and he wins. So this was right after our 8-ball match. If you haven't watched it, I'll put the link at the end of the video. Justin breaks off, almost makes the 9, but ends up making a dry break. So now it's my turn to shoot. I got a pretty long straight in one into the side pocket, I guess you would call this thing. So me and Justin have never actually played on a table like this besides the 8-ball match prior to this, so kind of trying to figure things out as we go. Shooting the 1 ball, just a bit of top spin, tried to get out to the left a little bit more for the 2. Ended up colliding with the 6 ball, so now I got this weird angle on this 2, and I'm going to have to use the short stick because the room was a little small for the size of a table. These short cues were just like your standard house cue with a basic tip on it and solid wood, so there's a bit of deflection on like shots with spin. You can see there I used low left spin and I missed my target by a lot, and that's usually just because of the different deflection. Anyways, enough about that. I missed terribly, and Justin, I think, maybe hooked on this 2 ball. Yeah, so he had no shot, so he just ended up trying to bank the 2 around the table, and he got there. That was like one of the cooler things about this table. There's a lot more areas that you could hide the ball. So it's like a different dynamic to just a normal pool game. So now I got a kick at the 2 ball, and if I don't hit it and contact a rail after, I'm going to give up ball in hand. So I thought I could kick through this window with some left spin. I didn't put quite enough and it didn't grab. So now he gets ball in hand anywhere on the table. So Justin has ball in hand, has to shoot the 2 ball in the bottom right corner. He's going to try and draw back in between the balls in the middle of the table, and he hooks himself. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. So now Justin has to jump over the 7 to make the 3 in the corner. Hits it super good. But now he's left on the rail, so he needs a nice recovery shot. Not sure if he even has a pocket on this 4 ball. And since the room was so small, pretty much anytime you're close to the rail, you're going to have to shoot with the short cue. He ends up having the jack up instead and miscues. He ends up hitting the wrong ball, so I get ball in hand. Have 5 balls on the table. Hopefully I can run out. Should be pretty simple from here. 4 ball in the side. 5 in that weird peak corner thing. Just a little draw shot on this 5 for the 7 in the other corner. Hit the wall there. And there was a lot of pockets on this table, so it was like you could pretty much pick and choose, but just the shape of the table, you have to pick different patterns. Just a little draw shot on this 7 to get me an angle on the 8. Got a nice little angle on this 8 ball. Looking back at it now, I probably should have used top spin just to go to the rail and back out, but I kind of poked at it and tried to draw it towards the center of the table and barely hooked myself. Used to playing on a bit faster cloth than this, so I was having a hard time with the speed. I contemplated jumping this ball. You'll see me go for my jump cue, but then I end up actually trying to kick it, and I miss. But I'm going to give you a little backstory on this pool table. So I was on Facebook, and this table popped up, suggested for me on Marketplace. Clicked on it, saw that it was in Indio, California, only about an hour from me. And I've never seen one in real life, so I reached out to the owner and I said, hey, I know it's for sale, but do you think I could film some videos on it? Maybe I can help you get it sold. The guy messaged me back, and he was nice enough to let me and Justin come film for a few hours. So me and Justin headed over there on a weekday right after work and pretty much had to start filming right away. I didn't want to take up too much of this guy's time. So we filmed some trick shots and then went into a 8-ball race to 3 and then a 9-ball race to 3. So that's why we're probably shooting like this with no warm-up. Actually had somebody comment on the 8-ball video saying we look like a APA 5 and a 6 playing, and I'm going to do one better. I'd say we look like 3s and 4s here. But I'm just going to say I think any player would struggle their first time playing on this table. The score is now 1-0 to Justin. He makes a good break and has some sort of look at the 2-ball. Wasn't quite sure what he was thinking here. I'm sure he could have easily saved me, but then he jacks up and fires in this bank. Such a good shot, but now he has a thin cut on this 3-ball. So he's just going to try and chop this in, go back and forth on the table, cuts it thin, almost scratches, and now I have a shot on the 3. So now again, have a second chance at running out this wide open table, so let's not blow it, Braxton. This side of the table had a little bit more room, so I was able to cue this 3-ball straight down, bobble it in, because these are just standard 4 3/4 inch pockets. Would have liked a straighter shot on this 4-ball, but I got a slight angle, kind of just off straight, so I can still go forward. Bunch of topspin to go all the way down the rail and back out. Got a good shot on this 5-ball, but just had to judge the collision on the brown 7. So just topspin, kind of nudge it, and it'll send me down for the 6. Straight shot on the 6-ball, so just gonna draw it back a bit. 7's kind of hanging in the side. Got a wide open table, so not much can go wrong here. Put a little bit more juice on that draw shot just because I was ending up short on most of them. Have an angle on this 7, just kind of natural center ball to go 2 rails and out for an easy shot on the 9. Just some low right spin, and the score is tied up 1-1. This table is for sale here in Indio, California. I posted it on my Facebook profile at Braxton Powers if you're interested. Finally get a chance at the break. Tried to smash him head on, hoping something would go in. Made a ball in the break, and I have a kind of thin cut on the side pocket on this 1-ball. Pretty open table. It was just this cut was kind of thin, and I had to roll it soft. Tried to put some right spin, hoping it would throw it to the left a bit more, and I chunked it thick. Should have took a bit more time. I could have easily just made that shot and kind of settled for what was next. Ended up getting lucky and hooking Justin behind the 6-ball. So now he has to jump, and Justin's really good at jumping. He made the last one, makes this one too, and has a shot on the 2. Justin's a really good player. He's a 7 and a 9 in APA, and he has about like a 635 Fargo rate. And usually with the open table like this, he runs out. So on the 2-ball, he's just going to draw over for the 3. Has a little bit of an angle, but he can go 2 rails or 3 rails. For the 4-ball in the other corner, kind of hanging right over the pocket. He's going to use some top left spin to go around the 5. Kind of bounce off the rail on him a bit more than he would like. So now he's left with like this long, straightish shot. So he's going to take another look on the other side of the table. Usually when you get out of line like this, you want to kind of slow yourself down so you can make a nice recovery. Gotta ask him why he jacked up here to draw back, or if he's watching this, just drop it in the comments, Justin. He's really good at a lot of different types of shots, so I'm sure he chose it for a reason. Combo, pretty much wired, and the 6 lays up for the other corner. Nice little stun run to get the ball to creep forward for the 9 ball on the side, and it's 2-1 Justin. If you guys are new to my page, I'm going to be making a bunch of billiard related content, so don't forget to subscribe. Here's Justin's last break of the match. He crushes the break, nothing goes in. That's the game sometimes. Table is pretty clear. Have a shot on the 1 ball. Just gotta map my way around this table. It's a bit awkward. Tried to shoot this 1 ball with some top right spin. Ended up missing it, but fluking in the 4 ball. I was struggling a bit with the spin shots. It's usually because I need the warm-up prior, and I didn't get the chance to. At 9 ball, as long as you hit the lowest number ball and you make something else, it's still your turn. I tried to cut this 1 and tried to bump the 9 there and missed it. And now I am stuck behind this corner and I have to make that blue 2 ball on the bottom right. I thought if I bumped the 9, I would probably be somewhere around the middle of the table and it would still have a cut on that blue 2. So now I have no choice. Kick the ball in and get shape on the 3. How lucky am I? But some people say you're only lucky if you finish the rack, so I still got lots of work to do. Elevated over this 8 ball, and I have no angle, so I'm just going to go forward, roll the 3 in, and take the cut on the 5. Ended up a bit short, so now I have this steep cut all the way down to the top left corner. I like to put a bit of speed on these cuts. Just helps me fire them in and keep my line. Got a good angle on the 6 ball, just a bit of top left spin to go to the rail, and then the left will take me past the 9 to get straight on the 7. Have some options here on the 7. I didn't want to take this long 8 ball pocket all the way across the whole table, but I think it was the simplest shot, so I'm just going to play a light draw shot. You ever hear that saying, don't play position if you already have it? Well, this was one of those situations. I didn't need to do much, and I already have a shot on the next ball. Was hoping to get straight in on this 8 ball, but now I have a light cut, and the pressure is on because if I miss this shot, Justin most likely wins the game. Little stun all the way down, and I make it. And just a stop shot on this 9 ball to tie up the match. And just like our 8 ball match, we go hill. Justin won the last one, so I'm hoping to get this one. And for the last break of the match, just going to hit him hard, make the 1 in the side, and I have no shot on the 2. So if you're new to 9 ball, if you don't have a shot after the break, you're allowed to push out, which means you can hit the cue ball anywhere on the table or into any other ball, and then your opponent will have the option to take on the shot or give it back to you. So now I'm looking at a spot on the table that I can push to see the 2 ball just a little bit, or to make it difficult for both of us, because I want to try and get the shot back so at least I can control my own fate. Here by this corner, you can make the ball, but it's going to be tough to get position. So I chose to kind of push out to where my finger was. Just make sure that you declare the push out to your opponent or else it is a foul. So push the cue ball to this position. Justin doesn't like it and he gives it back. I should have thought about it a bit more because I forgot this room was a bit small, so now I have to use the short stick on this hard shot. Just making sure that I can cut it in. I have a clear path to the 2. It's a bit thin. Just gonna chalk up. A lot of pressure on this shot. Just rolling it in, and I hit it thick. The hard part about this shot was not so much the short stick, but more of I couldn't step into my aiming line like I normally do because there's no room to stand back. And then Justin misses the ball, so we're looking like how we were shooting in the first rack. I don't know if it was the score or just the layout of the table. Again, up against the wall, so back to the short cue. Have this hard shot on the rail. Tried to spear it in, got lucky, still didn't leave a shot on the 2. Table's still all tied up. But if you watch a lot of pool, you'll know this is usually how it goes on the last rack of a set. Justin's eyeing up this combo, misses it, and leaves me in the middle of this mess right here. I mean, how can it get any worse? So now I'm jacked up over this 8 ball. I don't think I could see the whole ball, maybe just enough, and I try and cut it in. But I think because of the right spin, I throw it a bit more and it misses. And I get lucky hooking in behind the stack of balls. I was thinking he was going to jump this in, but he decided to go with a nice masse shot and executes it perfectly. And now he has a shot on this 3 in the corner. Stuns it over. Has a shot on the 4 ball in this corner pocket, I guess you would call it. But I think he has an angle going away from the orange 5 ball that's on the rail. So he's kind of trying to figure out how he can get back on it. Takes a few different looks at it, trying to figure out what he wants to do. I thought he could just pinch it back a bit, but he decides to kind of try and stun it around the table and scratches. That was the last thing I was expecting, and now I have ball in hand. You got a weird cluster of balls in the middle of the table, but they kind of all have their own pockets. Just have to get good on the green 6. So now with ball in hand, I'm just going to take this 5 ball in the corner. And I just wanted to draw back just enough so I can see the 6 ball. So I set it up, and I should have set it up better, like more straight instead of an angle right there. And I skimmed the rail and freeze myself right on the 9 ball. Put myself in the worst situation because now I have to hit the 6 and hit a rail. So pretty much going to open everything up. Put a bit too much right spin and completely missed the 6 ball. So now Justin gets ball in hand and they're wide open. 6 ball goes in the top corner. Just needs to draw back for the 7. Gets a nice angle on the 7. And he could have just used low left spin to get straight on the 8. But he knew that the 8-9 combo was perfectly lined up for the middle pocket thing. So he stuns it 1 rail out and he gets straight in on this combo. And he said, I wanted to make this winning shot in the middle pocket, and he did. And Justin is still undefeated on the L-shaped pool table. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.